And then later on to the coach. So one, who is one, please?
Good morning to everyone who's sitting here in the press conference. My name is Kole Daniel, a TV presenter with Independent Television Abuja. I write for Scholar here online. My question to the captain of the team, John Obi. Welcome back to the team once more. Live after World Cup, everyone has been saying, where's John Obi? He's in China, he's injured, he's resting, he doesn't want to play, he wants to play. Mika, you are here. What exactly, as the leader of the team, live after the World Cup, you are coming at the doorstep of the Nation Cup?
I didn't really understand your question.
My question is, could you please tell Nigerians what actually went wrong after the World Cup?
Pass it to number 2.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, back of the World Cup, like you said. To be honest, there was not really much. I think nothing really happened. I think I had a conversation with the coach. We have a very good understanding, me and the coach. And yes, I had a few injuries after the World Cup. And also, I think for me, I just needed a bit of rest because, to be honest, I've been doing this for over 15 years now with the national team since I started with under 17. I think if you've been doing something for that long, at some point you will need a rest. And I had a good conversation with the coach, coupled with the injuries. I decided, okay, you know what, I'll take some time off and then regroup, and then hopefully when we get to the Nations Cup, I will always be there to help the team, and that's exactly what happened.
Thank you.
My name is Julian. Question is for you. You've not been playing regularly for Brighton since you moved from Mainz to England. So do you still want to stay in the Premier League? You're thinking about leaving Brighton to somewhere where you play more regularly?
First of all, I think there's just been a change made. We have a new coach, and that always opens new doors. So, to be honest, right now my focus is on the African Cup of Nations. I would definitely think about the future because the last season has not been very satisfying. So it's always something you think about. You want to play as a player. You don't want to sit on the bench or on the stands. So I definitely have to think what's best for me in the future, but it's not the main thing that I think about right now, as we've got a very big and important tournament to play.
Three.
Yeah. Let me just go ahead and ask it. Let me just
the mic, please.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys recording will need the mic.
Okay. My name is Okumbo. I write for the Nation newspaper. And the question is for the new kid on the block. There is this speculation that by senior players that you probably should remain with your club in order for you to consolidate and not begin to go after making a big club move. Do you share this view? What do you think? Thank you.
For now, I'm still a player because I have a contract with him. So I don't have any means to leave the club. I'm still a player. So everything you're hearing about new club, I don't need to discuss about it. So I'm guessing I should come on.
Please, let's keep this on the Eagles and the Nations Cup as much as possible.
My name is Francis Achi. I write for Totori News and also write for Tribal Football UK. My question is I have some questions. One to Captain Mikelovic. Nigerians watch Super Eagles without you during the qualifiers. And sometimes people will say they did not really miss Mikelovic. The team played well. Coach Genero is doing well. And you were in China, from China you went to Middlesbrough. Now the question is, why in your absence, did you see any player that you think can be a perfect replacement for you in the midfield? And secondly, did you also miss the team? You said you went on sabbatical. Did you miss the team? You know, then thirdly, you're moving back to Middlesbrough, back to England. How do you feel compared to China and also your fitness level? Because I watched yesterday. These are my 3 questions to him. Then to Leon. Nigerians feel that Leon Balogun plays very well for Super Eagles and even Brighton, but people feel that you are injury prone.
Well, listen, since I wasn't here, obviously, the team did well, the coach did well, like you said, there's a lot of new players. We qualified comfortably, I think. If you look at the World Cup qualification as well, we did well as well. We qualified comfortably, top the group, scored a lot of goals. I think it's not a surprise how well we've done. But I think obviously the players that has come in, the team still, the spirit of the team was still there, and you could see that's why they were still playing well. So I don't know if it's maybe because I'm not there, but we see. Anyways, your second question, going to Middlesbrough. Obviously, I came back from China. I had 2 years there. It was a great time. I enjoyed it. I have no regret going there. Came back to Middlesbrough. Played a few games. We did well. The team did well. And then now I'm back here now to help the team. So my focus right now is obviously to help the team to win another Nations Cup. I know it's only a few players that are here that have managed to win it. So I think it would be a great honor for me to help this young team to be able to lift this trophy once more. So I think that's my focus right now. And to be honest, I'm not thinking about anything else.
The third question, I said, did you see a kind of replacements for you while you were on sabbatical?
I don't know. There's a lot of good players, to be honest. There's a lot of young, good players. I mean, I watch them at training, you know, how technical, how fast they are, and it's amazing to see. I think one thing I know for sure is that Nigeria will always produce amazing footballers. If you're leaving, there's someone else already ready to take your position. So it's always been like that. And it will continue to be like that. So I know that our football will always be in good hands.
So I was actually hoping that none of this is coming up because I'm getting really annoyed by the time. I think injuries are part of the game. I don't know when I picked up my last big injury. I think there are players out there who constantly miss games, tournaments on a very high level with much big injuries than I suffered. There was a time when I was picking up something every couple of months, yes, but never any serious injury. You would always see me back on the pitch after a maximum of 14 days. So am I injury prone? No, I wouldn't say so. It's just part of the game. It happens. And I would really appreciate if you stop linking me to injuries all over again, because I think over the 5 years I'm part of the Super Eagles now, I've proven that I'm more than injury prone, but actually always doing my job. And I would really like you to appreciate on these things and not put up the negative stuff of the past over and over again.
Okay, thank you. My turn? Okay, him first.
My name is Tola. I produce for Super Sports. Leon and Sam. You're a busy man this morning. Leon, the position you play in at the Super Eagles is a very competitive area, in the team. And based on the fact that you didn't, like you also admitted, didn't have the kind of season you would have loved, do you feel more pressurized about your position in the team, especially starting games? owing to the kind of seasons your rivals for your positions had in their clubs. And for Sam, arguably this was your breakthrough season, the very last one. A lot of Nigerians felt, and rightly so for me, that you should never have been part of the Flying Eagles. A lot of people said you should, but this will be your first major outing with the Super Eagles. Do you mentally feel that you belong here, looking back at the kind of season you just had?
So, if there's, I think there's always pressure. Where actually we are 5 centre backs if you count Shemi Ajayi, because he's also very capable of playing that position, and also Shinobi. Of course, there's pressure, and if you compare me to Kenneth and William, they definitely had more game time this season, which is naturally an advantage. But then again, I also think whenever I play, as I said before, I did my job, and I'm lucky that the coach always has put his trust in me. And what kind of takes pressure away is that I always feel big trust whenever I come to the Super Eagles, which helps me to stay on top of my game. But definitely, I know that I have to probably do more than maybe before, because there are 2 players who had great seasons. Both of them did very, very well. And but then again, I think it's the coach's decision at the end, and may the best 2 play. At the end, it's about us as a team. And I was never a player, if you watch my history, who made any kind of trouble. If this should be the case, I would definitely be disappointed as anyone. But we want to go somewhere. Actually, I think everyone wants to win this trophy. That must be the ultimate goal, and if my job should turn out to be just supporting the team from the bench, psychologically, whatever, then that's it. But so far, I think the competition is still open.
Before I come to you, Modu, I think the next person, what number is this?
Number 6.
Somebody says talking.
Okay.
Number 6.
I don't have much to say about what you're asking. Because if the coach eventually pick me to be here, that means I deserve to be here. That's it. I don't have much to say. Thank you.
Okay, before I come to you, Modu, let's introduce the governor. That's what they call him. Our vice captain, Ahmed. We're happy to have him here. So Ahmed, welcome to the press conference. And Leon, you didn't tell him that sometimes you can play 3 at the back.
That's also a possibility. That's also a possibility, but then we have to sacrifice one attackers.
Good afternoon. My name is Modo Victor, an independent content producer with Mozero Media. I have a question for Mikel. Busy man today. This team, Nigerians love their football and have shown a lot of love to this team and are solidly behind them. But every Nigerian on the street, everywhere, hopes that this team can go all the way to the final and win it. With this blend of players and the team and the right and the talent that's available, how far can Nigeria go? And let's say Nigeria goes all the way. What in this team will make it possible? What gives us the edge over other teams? I know the coach is always saying the fittest team will win, so maybe that might be it. So what gives us the edge over other teams?
Best question so far. Well, I think obviously, like the coach said, I think obviously fitness is going to play a big part in this tournament. It always does when it comes to African football. Fitness is always plays 80% of the part in who wins the tournament. So I think if you look back at the 2013 when we won it, we were one of the fittest teams. I think we were well drilled. We put in the hard work during the camp. We knew exactly what we were doing. We were really, really fit. I think that's going to play a big part as well, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. Training twice a day, putting the hard work, running. I know the worst thing players hate is to start running, but if you want to win these trophies, you have to do things like that. And I'm happy that every player in the team, everybody wants to do it. We all want to we all want to achieve the same thing. We want to be in the finals, we want to win the tournament. But we also need to know that we're not the outright favorites. You know, we have to remain cool and calm and just do what we have to do and not look at other teams. I think if we do that, and slowly we'll keep winning games and keep going to, you know, next round and stuff. So we'll see. Experience also plays a big part, and sometimes, you know, the youthfulness also play a big part. I think we've got that very good mixture in this team that's going to help us. I think we've got a very young team. They're all fit. So who knows? We see where we get to.
My question still goes to Bob Mikel. I want to ask you, prior to every competition Nigeria attend, or we are about to attend, people have hopes and believe in superheroes, especially Nigeria. I want to ask you, are you and your team under any pressure to deliver? Are you under any pressure not to fulfill Nigeria's expectation? Thank you.
Listen, if I say to you now that we are not under pressure, that means I'm lying. If you go into any tournament, any team that wants to do well, you will definitely feel the pressure, especially when people are counting you as one of the favorites. You start to feel the pressure, and it's all about how well we deal with the pressure. And I think we have a very experienced coach and some experienced players that will have to, you know, calm this pressure to make sure that we don't get too pressurized. We know exactly what we have to do. We have to do our job. We have to train well, be fit, like I said, and pressure is always there. It's part of the game. That's what we do week in, week out. You know, if you don't like the pressure, then you don't play football. We're used to that. We know how to cope with it. We just have to go out there and do what we have to do, same like every other team, to prepare on how to win games. If we do that and do that well, then, you know, hopefully we will bring back the trophy.
Okay, well, my name is Gigi Ndoitoro. I am Oloipe. I work with Omega FM, Nimuchu, and other states. I also write for Solar Sports. My question is for Akme Gusa, Samuel Chukwueze, and then Ike Chukwueze. For the governor, for the Nations Cup is in a few days' time. So I would like to know, for you and then the rest of the team, as one of the leaders in this team, has there been a word maybe coming from the NFF that, okay, you guys, you have to go in there and then get the job done, win the AFCON, and make the country proud? You know, have they talked about it? Have the coach said something like that? You know, does that put you guys under a little bit of added pressure going into maybe the AFCON? That's one. You have to hold that one. Let me ask Chukwueze. Relatively, you're more like the youngest player in this team. Does that maybe give you an edge? You know, going in, knowing fully well that you're going there to give the extra, and then maybe you're a bit fitter than maybe the rest of them. Or is there any other thing, you know, pushing you?
Like the old guys?
Like the old guys. Is there any other thing pushing you to be a part of the AFCON team? That's if you're picked by the coach. And then for Izawa, you're the only one representing the NPFL club now, I should say, for this particular team. So for you, how is it like flying the flag of the NPFL clubs amongst these very good proper players?
Thank you very much. Yeah, as you can see, we just started the camp just a few days ago. So I think the NFL will going to come here tomorrow or today. So we're going to wait for them. As the coach always said, we have to keep our head low and keep quiet till the tournament starts. Thank you.
Let me say, when I was small, I used to watch.
Me?
I feel so old now. I just want to get up there. I'm a good player. 2010 World Cup, 2014 World Cup also. And they always motivate me. And one day I was dreaming, I said I would be on my side. And then now it's a dream come true for me. So it's motivating me to keep on working hard so I can reach my goal. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to thank God Almighty for always being part of this great team. And I'm here representing the MPFL Stars in Nigerian League. Always do my best because it's very important. Doing my best because it's an avenue I will create for them, because whenever I put up 110% best here, it's make the coach to put eye on the league. And a couple of last game we played against Egypt, about 3 of MPFL players was here, and I see it's courtesy of my well I played and how I behave and everything gives them that opportunity to be here. So I promise them I will always do my best whenever I'm being called upon to represent this country. Thank you.
Number 9.
All right, my name is Kakio Kapo. I work for Sports Radio Gorilla FM. My questions two, one to the governor, after Musa, and then the second one to SN1. Okay, to the governor, straight. As a striker, of course, every team has pressure, but I think the pressure, I don't know, it's more about the strikers. I remember the audio he had the experience at the World Cup, people almost cut his head. Do you feel, how do you handle all that, especially what people right now on social media, does this pour you on, or sometimes does it really bring down your morale or your game? And then for SN1, after the unfortunate situation with goalkeeper Kali Keme, it was as though you were next in line, and right now we have Uzoho, who is also good, and he's been getting a whole lot of notes. How does that make you feel like as a player? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, for me as a player, if you allow that to come into your head, you will never improve on what you are doing. As you can see, we have a lot of strikers, not only Ahmed Musa that was for. At the end of the season, we have a lot of strikers that have like 20 goals, 17, 15. For me, I end up with 7 because of the injury. So I think we have a very big opportunity to go far.
Okay, yes, I was saying after the Kali Keme situation because of illness, you started getting some green light, and then we have Uzoho right now. He joined the team and he's getting a lot of notes too. How does that make you feel as a player? Do you feel sometimes like you were left out? Something like that?
Well, I have to thank God Almighty, because the most important thing, I've been given a chance and I think I always do my best. The goalkeeping department, we are here like a brother. We have to wish anybody that is in goal the very best, because we are here to represent our father's land. So once we get a victory, it's an accolade to all the team. So Uzoho is like a brother, Daniel is like a brother. So I will always pray for them, so that when it gets to my turn, I will always do my best. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Sulaiman Adiba. I work with Pujamia Publication, a sport influential, of course, a content producer. My question is for Governor. You moved to relatively a new country and a new club. And people feel like the level of fitness or competition in that league is not so good, talking about the top 5 leagues in the world. Are you prepared mentally and your fitness wise for this AFCON as well? And for Chukwueze, I love how you dodge your question, but I want to ask you this, because a few months ago you have a chance to play for under 20 and of course for the Super Eagles. Now you are being picked for AFCON. How are you prepared mentally for this basketball? Because of course you have 2 chances to play for 2 major competitions, but now you have AFCON. How are you mentally prepared for AFCON?
Thank you for the question. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to ask you the same question. Just go back and check the league. I think if you check and Google it back right, you will see a lot of best players in the team. In the league, not only Musa. I think Saudi league this year is one of the best leagues that spend a lot of money to make their league so better. Just go back and check, and you're going to tell me the answer.
Well, for me to choose the African Cup of Nations is very, very important for me, because for my club I've been preparing my mind since from the 19 to the first team in Villarreal. It's almost went to a relegation, but the pressure in the club and everything, and my mentality and everything that helped the team to be in the first division this season. So I don't see any pressure on my side, but I know everybody's looking up to me to do different things. But I know I'm mentally fit to face any challenge.
My name is Chandra Saxonulu. I'm the sports editor of Delta Television, Asaba. And of course, the voice of Delta FM, also as we have both arms on radio and television. My question is for Mikel. No doubt you are the most experienced player in this team because I know from what I'm dating, you were selected as a result, so number 1, Thailand, went to 20 World Cup, South Success and picked you. In fact, you are judged second best player, Messi. And when Chelsea, 11 years, won everything, Champions League, Europa Cup, Premier League, FA Cup, anything. Went to China, I guess you went to collect some money. You came back to Middlesbrough, and I saw that you were comparing with big stars in Middlesbrough. Your players were like, wow, this is a talent. Now, the question is, as the most experienced player, how do you relate to good players? Do you have a WhatsApp group or do you have a communication group that you talk every day? Because since the World Cup, we've not seen you. And I don't believe that you have a WhatsApp how you communicate to players.
How what?
I mean, how do you communicate with your team?
Well, thank you for all your... I mean, you sold me so well this morning. Thank you. I think we write letters to people, write letter, post to Balogun. No, to be honest, we do communicate. I think one thing this team really does is the spirit of the team is really, really good. Even the fact that I've not been here for almost a year, 1 year, I do know what's going on. There's a WhatsApp there, group chat, we talk there, there's a lot of jokes, a lot of fun, which is really good. I think when you look at every team, every club, they all have it. And it's the same, we do have it as well. So we know exactly what is going on with everybody, birthdays, weddings, things like that. We do know everything, so which is really, really good to see. So the spirit is really good. Let's hope we can keep that up and go to Egypt and do something great for this nation.
We've seen the training session and it's been going so well. All the players are almost good to go. So I want to ask you, do you have any selection headache? We know we're supposed to have 25 players before the game against Zimbabwe, and at the end you have to drop 2 players. So what is going to be the criteria for deciding that the 23 that you're going to take eventually? The number 2, William Thurston, is not here. Why?
Okay, I start with the last question. William Econ is arriving today. He had 1 week more to do with his club. They couldn't give him immediately the free time to come. They had friendlies to do, they had traveling to do. So William will arrive today. Like Igalo arrived this morning, they are the 2 last ones. It will be 25 this afternoon for the training sessions. Yes, it's a difficult choice for me to take 2 players out of this wonderful team. Like you feel in this press conference, this is really good spirit here and will be the most difficult decision for me and my staff to take away 2 players. But it's our job and I think we will do it. All the time is regret, but yes. Then the work, like you watched, the training sessions are well done. We are lucky because it's not too hot. It will be very hot in Egypt, we know that. That's why you have to be fit and the raining is helping us very much. Like yesterday afternoon, you can run much more and do much more when it's raining, it's cold weather. And we have to be able to play in all the situations, hot, cold, raining. So I think we will be ready physically, but there's not only fitness, there's also discipline, there's also organization, there's also tactics. So yes, in all these departments we have to be ready. Everybody wants to go far until the end, which means we have to do 7 games. And it's the first time, because before only 6, if you want to win it. Should be 7 if you are in the semi-finals. So we have to be ready. We need everybody. No injuries for the moment. Little injury for Izenwa, who had yesterday in the training session with a knock on the knee, but I hope it will be okay. And then this afternoon again we can prepare with all the players. Zimbabwe, like you said, is one of the 2 friendlies, only 2. So we have to do 2 things to permit the team to find again the harmony with the comeback of Liker, and to bring him in this team, to have the complicity that we had before, to find it again. We have also to integrate some young players who didn't play so much. Also there is one striker who played only 1 game against Egypt with us, so we need to find this harmony in the team, in our football. So a lot of challenges for me and my coaching colleagues.
Coach, move for me also with the name. I work with Hotspot. Have you started thinking about your opponents in the group stage of AFCON already? Madagascar, Burundi, and Guinea. And what's going to be the approach like getting through this group?
Yes, of course. Since the draw on the 12th of April, we are working on the scouting of these 3 teams. We have the first game against Burundi. Burundi was unbeaten in the qualifiers in such a tough group with Gabon. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, one of the best goal scorers. They had also to play with Mali. It was not easy for them to go through this group. And South Sudan, so they're unbeaten. We saw them playing a little bit like Uganda or even Zimbabwe, very strong physically. And we know that we must be very quick on our wings to come through this block, defensive block. They're defending very well. And so we know already a little bit what they are doing, and now they will play again on the 11th, they will play friendly in Doha. They have the preparation in Qatar, in a wonderful hotel, 5-star hotel, so they are in luxus, much more than us, but we are happy to be here in the situation of Madagascar and Luxembourg. They are played a few days ago already, they are starting. This is a very professional organization, it's French coaches, and a lot of players are playing in France, so we know them already. They made 3-3 in Luxembourg against Luxembourg. They are leading 3-1, conceding 2 goals only in the end. So it's not easy also to play against Madagascar. The mistake would be to believe that it's easy. It's not easy at all. And what I said also this morning in the meeting to the players, if you believe it will be easy because they are here for the first time, it's becoming already difficult. And the 3rd team, Guinea, also very good players who are playing in England in very good clubs. So we really don't underrate anybody, but we have to come out of this group. I heard there are 3 new people for scouting helping me. I didn't have any contact for the moment, but I have my own scouting team with Nabil Trabelsi, with Tunde, with Victor Agali, and we are already working on it. And there will be a 2nd fitness coach who will join us because it's necessary to be really able to prepare the team in the best way. It's all the season. We have the statistics, what like you have, what they did in the clubs. We have the time competition they had. We know the performances they had in the clubs. We are only here for 1 week to see what can happen if there is a new situation, if there is necessary to change one player because he has a problem with fitness or something like that. But you know, it's not this match against Zimbabwe which will us allow to judge who will stay and who has to go. It is also the positions of the players. We have a lot of strikers, which is good because very often you need substitutes to come in and to score goals, and so very often the strikers are coming in much more than defenders. But we have also a lot of midfielders. So probably one striker and one midfielder have to leave because we cannot play with 15 strikers. No, it will be a situation to judge. This week is helping us in the training sessions already. We already had 6 training sessions in these 3 days, and now will be another one today, another one tomorrow, and the match. But we cannot play with 25 players. We only can make 6 substitutions. So, you know, the match can help us a little bit, but I think all year long what's happening in the clubs, what's happening with us in our qualifiers is already an argument to make a good judgment.
Modo Victor, an independent content producer for Mozero Media. I have 3 questions. One has been asked, so I have 2 questions. My first question is, in your entire team, Nigerians express the most fear or apprehension in the goalkeeping department. Nigerians still feel that this problem has not been solved, that we have not yet gotten the number one that can take our fears away, and that's probably the last line of defense. How confident are you in the 3 goalkeepers that have been selected to come, and in being able to do the job that Nigerians pray that they do perfectly? And my last question is, this is a running argument that has been going on. I'll ask you just from your own personal point of view, training on these 2 pitches, on all pitches you have probably trained with this team in Nigeria. What pitch stadium will you say has the best playing surface in Nigeria so far?
Yes, so the second question first, the last question. We have good conditions, not too much in the fitness room because we're working outside. We will have a bigger fitness room in Ismailia, where we will go next Sunday and start the second week of training session. So we have good conditions, but generally in Nigeria, we know that Uyo is the best because we have a wonderful hotel, we have a golf around, we can run, we can work, very big fitness, sauna, all these things can be interesting. We don't have here, but I think we will have it in the second week and also in the third week in the wonderful city of Alexandria. We were there, we had a look on the hotel, very good conditions. Also the training sessions will be very good. And the first question, what was it again?
Goalkeeping department.
Yes, of course. If you know one better than the 3 we have, please tell me. So with our scouting team, we are watching all over the world, and we didn't find better one. There is one playing in Düsseldorf in Germany. It was interesting. We are watching him. Had a little injury. We could not invite him to see, but we are still working on this very important department. Honestly, today I don't know who is number 1. We had the number 1 in World Cup. It's a very, very young. We do the maximum, but we are not magicians to say, come here as a wonderful goalkeeper, like we had in the past. We have to make trust in our goalkeepers we have, and I trust because, well, we have one very experienced goalkeeper, Ms. Daniel McPay, playing in a good league in South Africa. We have Zemba, who's doing very well in the local league, and who his spirit and his, I think, his faithful attitude is helping so much the team. And we have this young goalkeeper, we're very hard with him, very, very hard work in the training sessions. He made a mistake against Seychelles. He has to find again confidence. He played with the under-23, like other players also. These players go out of the Super A and have the same motivation and same spirit with the under-23. It is wonderful. You don't see this everywhere in Africa, but we have this solidarity. It's great. Solidarity is the guarantee to make a good tournament. And also the solidarity we have between the goalkeepers. They are brothers, like he said, and it's wonderful. One of them will play, the other one will be the supporters. So this can become a strength point for us, even this situation, which is not really number one, because we have solidarity.
That you're going to do, not fully well in the World Cup, player like Simeone came from the Blues, they make the team. Paul is an executive player like that again. Are you going to watch him with a sense of meticulous for him not to be a fluke in the Nation Cup? Second question, Kelechi Iheanacho, in the last press conference, you talked about his professionalism. There is a doubt a bit. Has he changed or is still the same person?
I start with the last question again. Kelechi Iheanacho changed. He's now much more quiet, working seriously, and really he's on a good way. But he's missing confidence because he didn't play so much. I went with my assistant Tunde to a game, Leicester against Chelsea. I wanted to see him. He didn't even come in. And I see that he's not happy. But we want to make him happy, but we cannot make gifts to the players. There is competition. And we have a lot of wingers, like you say. We have also good center forwards now. We have 3. We forgot it to speak about them. So really, we are lucky to have all these good people. Because when you see the other countries, they are searching for strikers. We have them. That is wonderful. But we have to do a choice, and one of them has to go out. And don't forget that we have wingers who can play also fullbacks, like we did in South Africa with Khalu, who was on the right side, right fullback, and a winger at the same time. When we play with 3-5-2, like we did against Iceland in the World Cup, or we did in South Africa, there's also possibility for Simon Moses to play like he did in his club on the left side. So they are fullbacks. It is very good also to know tactically. And then we have the 3 strikers, Gallo best goal scorer, we have Osimhen, who is very well in his club, who scored also with Young, and it's a future. And we have one tall one. So yeah, so it's good for me, but it's also difficult sometimes to choose players, even for you. So, but I'm happy to have this good quality, and so let's go with an offensive spirit to this AFCON because we want to win our games. I forgot the question from you.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry, you've answered everything. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for coming. At the end of the press conference. Thank you, coach.